continue to be coming with yours truly, a place where we share, learn, heal, and grow. We are on our fourth step of the journey ahead of the concept self-care or self-improvement or self-investment. It is very important when you are doing a self-audit to look at all these dimensions, broken them down into 10 dimensions, which makes it easy for you to audit yourself, because sometimes it's hard to know which area you're lagging if you don't know how you are as a human being. So I want us to talk about self-care because it is very important for us to take care of ourselves. Guys, whether we want it or not, life is spiritual. There is a whole lot of things that are happening spiritually that are then affecting our lives. And for me, who is a believer, who believes in God, I think it is very important. We're living in times where, you know, a whole lot of things are happening spiritually. But now that we know better, I think it is very important to cover ourselves in prayer, guys. And that is the first thing that I think you need to do in order to take care of yourself, is to ensure that spiritually you are protected. Firstly, I think it's important to take care of yourself by ensuring that you pray for yourself, you pray for your kids, you pray for your husband, you pray for your partner, you pray for your family, and cover them and hide them under the blood of Jesus. So I encourage you to try to take 5 minutes of your time where you pray, you know, you ask God to protect you. And so it's the same thing that we as human beings do to God, because we are forever asking God. And yet we don't even take time to really listen and hear what God is saying. So I encourage you to also take 5 minutes of your time just to be still, be silent, be quiet, and just hear God speaks. Because when God speaks, He will give you so much wisdom. He will give you so much solutions. He will give you a whole lot of things that you have been praying for. Some of us, God has already answered our prayers, but because we are always talking, we don't have time to listen, it becomes a problem. So I encourage you guys to take that 5 minutes to pray, 5 minutes to listen to God. Do this for a month and see the difference. Trust me, don't ever believe what they tell you. There is power in prayer. I've got so much testimonies just by changing my life and starting to pray. Prayer works. There's power in prayer. We live in a world where a lot is happening at the same time. A lot of things are happening, and it does affect us mentally. And one area that people forget to really take care of themselves is the area of mental health, guys. It's so easy to slip into depression without you even knowing. So I want you to take time just to breathe. You know, sometimes all you need is to breathe, is to just take that expensive breath, like 10 times, and just be in the moment. And another thing that you can do is, it's a waste area, yes. Think of a psychologist as a waste area where you go full of junk, and then you're going to just release, throw away that junk so that you can be empty. And most of us, our work areas, there is employee well-being. You can go and attend free sessions because our employee is paying for us. Some of you have got medical aid. You don't even use that money that is allocated for you to go to a psychologist. I plead with you, make that booking. Even if it's one session, give it a try, guys. Give it a try. Because the thing is, with an issue, we need to cut it from the root. And that's what the psychologists will help you, because they will help you find the root cause of your issues. And then they will remove those roots, and then everything that is attached to that will die. So I ask you guys to at least give it a try. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental. Because if you mentally are not okay, a whole lot of your dimensions get impacted. It's free, guys, for most of you. Even government, they do offer free facilities for you to get help. So I encourage you to do so. And in a process, you're going to heal. More than anything, you will heal. And then the third one is our physical. And I know the most obvious one that people do in terms of taking care of themselves is to eat healthy, is to go on a diet, is to lose weight. That is all good. And I know most of you do try, especially from January, you set those intentions. But then there's one thing that we forget to do in order to take care of ourselves, is to go for our yearly checkup, guys. I encourage you to make a booking with your doctors, or you can go to a clinic. Some of the diseases that people are suffering from, they could have been prevented, or they could have been stopped if you went and you got checked out to see what is wrong with you. I mean, just like your car, guys, you take your car for service every time it's due, but you never do that with yourself. So I encourage you guys, make a booking, go and get checked out, so that if there are any problems with you, you can get help quicker. Prevention is better than cure, trust you me. Especially men, I know men don't like going to doctors. They wait until they are really sick before they can go to a doctor. Let's end that, guys. Let's just stop it and start taking care of ourselves. Let's start loving ourselves enough to see us healthy. Another area is our emotional. Guys, a whole lot of people are empty. Emotionally, they are very empty. Very, very empty. Because all we do is to give. I mean, especially as women, we have the tendency to just give. We just give ourselves, until we run on an empty. And how can you love yourself when you're empty? To start taking care of yourself and stop. If it means you have to stop, just stop. There are people who are in a relationship that all they do is give. They never get anything in return. They are so-called lovers, or husband are not even fulfilling them emotionally, but they just keep giving. So look at your life. Where are you? Are you emotionally empty? Do you need to refill yourself? And sometimes, so in order for you to take care of yourself, guys, emotionally, maybe you have not been speaking to a certain person. You're holding on to so much anger. Anger consumes you, guys. So I want you to either write a letter to that person who has hurt you so bad. Just express yourself, and if you're brave enough, you can send them the letter. If not, just burn that letter. Just release. We are carrying, a whole lot of us are carrying so much in our hearts. Anger, disappointment, rejection. As I say, we are emotionally empty, but a whole lot of people are emotionally full, but with negative things that are just eating them and putting holes in their emotional tank. Because emotionally, we should be carrying love, we should be carrying peace, kindness. Are you carrying those things? Or is your emotional tank dominated with hatred, with sadness, with anger, unforgiveness? I don't know. But you need to start taking care of yourself. Hating that person will just make you sick. It's time we forgive. And forgiveness doesn't mean you have to bring those people in your life, but forgiveness means that you release those people. I know I had to deal with forgiveness. It was the toughest thing that I had to do. But the moment I forgave and I released, guys, I don't want to lie, I became at peace, It didn't mean that I was mending relationship with that person. It just meant I had to be free. Because we are walking around carrying a whole lot of nonsense that we shouldn't even be carrying. And look at your life. What are you carrying? Is your emotional tank carrying a whole lot of negative things that are destroying your tank? Or is it carrying love, joy, peace, happiness, and all the good things? How are you making sure that you are healthy socially? You're really taking and prioritizing yourself. I mean, most of us, we've got friends, we've got family. Look at how you relate to those people. Are they taking away from you? Are they making you happy? Are they making you sad? You need to look at that. And guys, it's okay to acknowledge that your family is toxic, because without you acknowledging, you can never heal, right? And it's okay to say my friends are toxic. I know for sure with me, when I was busy doing my life audit, I knew that there are certain friends who were toxic to me, and I had to make the toughest call and cut them out of my life. They know I cut people out of my life because I want peace. I want to take care of myself. And sometimes, it's not easy to just cut out a person. Imagine you cutting out your sister, for example. It might not be easy, but it's something that will give you peace. So I'm not saying go cut out your family members. I'm saying that do a life audit. Look at how you relate to people. Are people bringing you more joy, or they're just stealing away your joy and peace? If that's the case, write them down. Whatever they are, whoever they are, you write it down and you say, this person is doing this and this and this to me. And in that manner, you can realize that people are toxic. Guys, people can be toxic. Even if they love us, they can be toxic. And if it's a friend, look at the friends that you keep. Who's making you happy? Who's stealing away from you? Who is making you so miserable 80% of the time? I mean, here, let's just use the 80-20 rule, guys. If a person 80% of the time they're not making you happy, I mean, why are we keeping them? Seriously, it's 2022 now. Do we have time for that, guys? Who matters the most, you or the friendship? Look at yourself. And I always say, I'll choose me over and over and over, even if it means I don't have friends. And the best thing that I've ever done for myself was to remove the people who were toxic in my life. And obviously, guys, it's not that easy. It's a process, but you have to be willing to want to do it. So I encourage you guys to just look at how you relate to your family, your friends, your colleagues. Look at those people. Who is it that is not bringing you joy 80% of the time? Who is making you miserable? Remove them, guys. We ain't got time. We are removing anything and anyone who is not good for our peace. Yeah.